Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Starkside. While you're here, I do appreciate it if you support the channel by hitting that like button, and if you're new here, please hit that subscribe, as well as the notification bell. So today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure Waves Miss Marvel. So here we have Miss Marvel in the standard Marvel Legends packaging before they went windowless. So at the front we get a nice logo of the Miss Marvel Disney Plus series. At the top, we get this cool looking logo for Miss Marvel. At the side, we get some nice concept art of Iman Vellani as Kamala Khan. Same on the other side. And at the back, we get a brief bio of the character. If you want to read it, you can pause the video. And here we have the other figures from the wave. Alright, let's get Miss Marvel out of the packaging. And here we have Miss Marvel. So before we talk about the figure itself, let's go over the accessories. So besides the Build-A-Figure piece, you don't get a lot of accessories with this figure, but it does come with two pairs of interchangeable hands. And these hands look good, so these fisted hands look nice. They're sculpted nicely, and I like the flesh tone on these. No complaints here. You also get these grabbing hands, which I'm not really sure what they're for, since she doesn't really have any other accessories or effects to go with them, but I do like them a lot. I do wish we got some alternate pieces for her hands or arms or something, some effects to show her hard light energy constructs from the show, you know? So for those not familiar with the character, in the comics, Kamala Khan is actually an Inhuman, instead of being a mutant as she is in the MCU, at least for now. And unlike in the MCU, she is a polymorph, which means she can change the shape of her body. And looking closely at the head sculpt, so I think this captures the likeness of Iman Vellani, so I do love what we get here. Hasbro's really nailing it with the head sculpts that they're showing lately. Other than that, the hair sculpt looks great, but note that it will hinder the neck articulation. I do wish we got an alternate head sculpt without her mask here, but I'm okay with just having this one head sculpt here, since I'll probably display her more with the mask on. And while I do like the head sculpt a lot, I think the neck here is a little bit on the long side. It's not that long to be bothering for me, but I do wish it was a bit shorter than what we see here. Anyway, the red scarf also looks good. I like the shade of red, so no complaints there. And the rest of the figure looks really good, so I really love how comic accurate her uniform is, as you can see. So I think Hasbro nailed it in action figure form. So we get some really nice texturing here, especially on the torso piece and her sleeves. And I think the paint apps look fantastic as well. I'm not seeing any issues with it. It's all clean. And I really love the plastic that they used here. I like how glossy it looks. It looks accurate to what we can expect from the material of her suit. One minor gripe about the suit here, about the way it was done here in action figure form, is that it does hinder the leg articulation quite a bit. So yeah, I wouldn't call it a minor gripe. So yeah, it is a bit of a bummer. The arms look good. Again, really nice texturing. However, Hasbro used single jointed elbows for this figure, and that does disappoint me quite a lot actually, since most female figures have been using double jointed elbows nowadays, so I'm not sure what they went the other way for this piece. And on her left arm here, we see her bangle. And something that's quite interesting about this piece here is that you can rotate it, but for some reason, I'm unable to remove it from the arm. I'm not sure if I'm doing it wrong, but if you're able to remove this piece, if it can be removed, so please do let me know in the comments below. Anyway, the bangle looks good. I think the details are sculpted nicely, and we got some really nice dark gold paint apps here. Moving on, the legs look good as well, so the texturing on this piece looks really phenomenal. And lastly, the shoes look really awesome, so I do like this a lot. I like the level of detail that we get here, even if it's something as minor as shoes, you know. So this looks really great. Overall, I think the sculpt and paint ups on this figure are amazing. Now let's go over the articulation for this figure. So while the figure looks really awesome, I think the articulation on this piece is really limited. So because of her hair sculpt, Miss Marvel can look up only that far and a bit more downwards. Her head does rotate, and we do get some neck pivot as well. Her arms bent upward that far, right at the 90-degree mark, so that looks good. But they don't go down all the way, so that's a bit of a bummer. Her shoulders do rotate 360. We don't get any bicep swivel, but we do have rotation here at the elbow that bend in only that far. Her wrists do rotate, and while the fisted hands can move up and down, the grabbing hands have the sideways motion instead. She has a diaphragm pivot that doesn't really provide her with a wide range of movement, but it does allow her to move sideways, bend forwards, backwards, and rotate side to side. And because of the way her suit was done here, her legs can kick forward only that far and not so much backwards. And again, the range of motion here is limited, so her hips can move outward only that far. She has an upper thigh cut, pinless double jointed knees. Her ankles move up and down, and she has ankle pivot as well. Now for some figure comparisons, here's Miss Marvel next to her idol, Captain Marvel. And I think these two look great side by side. And here's Miss Marvel next to some all new, all different Avengers members from the comics, but they're here in their cinematic or video game figure. So here we have Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Vision, and the mighty Thor. So that's my review of the Marvel Legends Disney Plus Miss Marvel. So despite the lack of accessories and the limited articulation, I think the sculpt and paint apps on this figure are amazing. So I do like this figure. And if you're wondering where I got this figure, so I got this figure from KVIPER Collectibles. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of my review. Please leave a comment below. And if you like this video, I do appreciate it if you support the channel by hitting that like button. And if you still haven't, please hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. You can also follow me on social media, links in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.